Hey guys, it's really exciting for me to be with you today. And today I've got Sheree, my wife. I've got Chris and Julie, our associate pastors. And the thing I want to chat to you about today is life after COVID-19. And as things start to wind down and people start to go back to what we call a semi-normal life, I want to encourage you that we are so excited about putting church back on. We have not had corporate church or even interaction with anyone for months. And this is, as we video this is the first time since COVID-19 has started that I've even seen you guys live or connected with you or even been in your house. We've still got the 1.5 metre distance because we've measured that, so it's all good. But, you know, one day this thing's going to be over. And I've got to say that getting back to church and meeting with everyone on Sunday is something that I'm really, really keen about, and it's something I want you to get to look forward to. One of my thoughts were, I wonder whether people, you know, that have had 3 months off or 2 months off even need church, whether they could just stay at home and just go online all the time and watch videos. That had crossed my head. But the more I thought about that, the more I thought, oh my goodness, there's so much we are missing by not actually being together, even though we've enjoyed some of the time being away from the corporate meetings and coffees and things we do. There's so much that we're actually missing. And I want to throw it to Chris because Chris, as our key associate pastor, and I've said this before, it's like pulling teeth to get him on the video. And I've got him back again. This is the second time you've been online with us. But can you just share a little bit about your story, about what happened as we went into COVID-19 and what you're thinking about coming out of it? Because to me, it's a really interesting story.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Glad to be back. Loving it.
Good to have you.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
The lycra for Mark is one step closer.
Oh, come on, let's not go there. Let's keep with the program.
Well, we had a cleaning business before COVID started, so we sold it probably a month before that. I think it was. And so we also have a business in Victoria which is just getting underway. So when that hit, we were unable to go down there, and we have no work here because we sold it. So for me,
and there was no church.
So for me, that was. I guess I'm the type of person that how would I say, needs to do things. I don't sit and think about it a lot. Well, I do, but I don't. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't.
You've got to have a task.
Yeah, I do. I have to do things. So this situation that we're in at present is frustrating to me. So for me to get back to church would be awesome. I miss that a lot now because you miss the interaction. I miss doing things in the church. Catching up with you guys. We do that once a week as a rule, and not having that is for me is frustrating and. Doesn't do my mental health any good. So
it's funny that you bring up the mental health thing because that's a big topic these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mental health. And the Bible actually says, and I'm not saying this about you, but the Bible actually says that idle hands fall into sin. And sometimes we think we don't need to go to church or we don't need other people or it'd be good if we didn't have to go to work. But if you're bored all the time and there's nothing to do, the Bible actually makes this connection that when you've got nothing to do, it's easier to do the wrong thing instead of the right thing. And going to church actually every week actually keeps us all connected with God, connected with others, and doing the right thing. And I think that's something that's it's desperately missed when church just hasn't been on for this long. And as we start to go back to it, to me, that's one of the things that I want to encourage everyone with, and that is, you know what, sounds good having time off, but at the end of the day, we need to connect with God, connect with others, connect with the church, and that does help keep us, you know, walking the way that God wants us to walk. Julie, what's your story? What have you missed, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, I have enjoyed the break. Chris and I were like opposites, so when we did sell the business, I just wanted to rest. I just wanted to, needed time, and just getting up in the morning and taking time to have breakfast, things like that. So I've loved it. Chris, not so much. But as the time's gone on and I've rested, I really miss connection. Like I miss seeing you guys, and I miss, you know, Sheree and I would go out and have cuppas and there's other people as well. So, and I just think connection is really important, you know, good days, bad days, God gives both. And I just think when you walk through it with other people is just really important. And we've Zoomed and things like that, and so we've still stayed connected. But I just think face-to-face is connection. And so coming back to church where we can see everyone again and just, you know, hear people's stories and offer support and encouragement is a huge thing that maybe we took for granted a little bit, I suppose.
So do you think that you're going to take more people out or go out to coffee with more people now than you used to?
Yeah, probably.
Or you think it'll be...
Because I've been trying to catch up with people via text message and things like that. I'm not too great with phone calls, but just a text message when I think of someone, which is still very important to do if you think of someone.
Of course.
Flick them a text message. But yeah, for sure, why not? Just, you know, catch up with people. I'm probably not the sitting and coffee type. I like to walk and talk, so a bit of a stroll and, you know, in the beautiful sunshine, live in a beautiful location. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I just think connection is something that, and might be we as women love connection with other women. So, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because when the COVID hit and the doors of the church literally shut overnight, it was like, oh wow, like it's different. We're not going there, and it was like it was a little bit of a break. But as the things dragged on, it's interesting on how it unrolls about the things we actually miss. And when we go back, it's going to be an exciting time because there's things that we're missing right now. And I believe, if anything, we're going to be more encouraged to do it because we want to see, that aspect uplifted. Now, Sheree, you're sitting here, and I know that there's plenty of stuff that we've talked about. But what do you think is one of the main things that you miss about actually being at church, and what are you looking forward to when we get back?
On the, you know, the risk of sounding like I'm repeating everything, absolutely miss our interaction with people, and especially like close friends like Chris and Julie, because that was just something we took for granted, that we had the freedom to be able to do that. I miss the freedom of being able to do that.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know? It is very weird.
It's really strange. So I really miss that. Actually, I was at Coles the other day, my second home, away from home, and I ran into Chris, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you for weeks.
I know you.
It was just weird. Yeah, you're one of my humans. I know you. So one of my people. So it's been, that's been really strange. But again, like Jules, I was so exhausted starting this year, and so I've really enjoyed the break, and we've had our own challenges at home with renovations and repairs and everything that we've been and schooling kids, that I've been really, really busy. But so it's taken a little while to get to the point where I'm now saying I really miss the corporate gathering, and especially we were chatting the other day, I think it was in one of the Zoom meetings, and I was saying that I really miss the worship, the corporate worship together. So standing with people that all have one heart and loving God, you know, and it's been fabulous being able to share and watching all of this online. But to have that all together and be in one place all together, I guess that's the thing that I really started to miss. And just being able to give someone a hug and, you know, say how you're going and tell me about your week. And you know, it's great to catch up, and I do the same thing as Jules. When I think of somebody, I'll send them a text or I give them a bit of a FaceTime, but it's not the same. And a couple of the young girls talk to me regularly during the week, and again, it's just not the same. So I really miss that aspect of it, and it has taken a little while to get to this point, but now we're here and thinking we might have a little bit more ahead of us yet. I can't wait for that. I can't wait to be able to have the freedom again to come and go and do what we need to do and catch up with people.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, the rest was good, but the corporate worship. I mean, I'm a preacher, and you guys all know that. So I communicate through speaking. And I thought, you know what, I speak on the platform at church, and then I can speak on the microphone, or I can do YouTube. To me, I can still get the message out there. But what I can't do is you can't do corporate worship. I mean, we could all try and sing now, and the four of us have
By
a little
all means.
bit of sing-song. And if you're at home, you can sing along with us. But the problem is I can't sing. So I love church because everybody else can sing and I can sit there and listen to them and I feel like I'm involved in the presence of it. But it's just an amazing thing that, you know, you think, well, could I live without church? I still love God. I could watch stuff on YouTube. But when you really think about connection with each other, corporate worship, what, you know, mental health of not interacting with others or not having a lot to do if you're a busy person, all of the things that we've talked about here today are vital.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage you, whether you're from Coastside Church or whether you're from another church, count down the days to when you can get back into corporate meetings and be with the rest of your church. God designed the church for us all to come together. We come together Sundays, whether it's morning or nights or whenever your services are. Look forward to the day when we can get together because there's so much that happens besides just turning up when you turn up. You can still get messages online, but the other stuff that we're talking about, it is not the same. So I guess
don't you think, sorry, can I just interrupt there with the worship side of things, don't you think sometimes in the worship that God does ministry in the worship?
Absolutely.
Like there's that time and so it's more than just worship, it's a real ministry time where God tends, it's like an open heaven.
He speaks to you during that time, that's
absolutely.
right.
So, you know, it's been a long time, but we love worship at home, but still, it's just still not the same.
Not quite the same.
No.
Well, I mean, I was going to wrap it up, and I want to because I know your time is valuable. But the Bible says that when 2 or 3 are gathered, I'm there, and there's counsel and wisdom in the multitude of people. Yeah. And I think that you can get so far by doing it by yourself or just doing it with your own family. But God works in this synergy where 2, you know, 1 can do so much, but 2 can do 10 times more than what 1 can. And if that happens individually, it can happen with churches, it can happen with corporate. And I guess I want to encourage everyone, never give up the corporate. Never give up meeting together. Never give up worshipping together. Never give up connecting with each other. You know, when you do it every week, you take it for granted. But now it's been gone, let me encourage you. Count down the days until it comes back. Because that's one thing you never, ever want to give up. Which is pretty cool. From Sheree and I, senior pastors, Coastside Church, and Chris and Julie, the amazing associate pastors from Coastside Church. We just want to say we love you all and we cannot wait till we can meet again. And until next time, we'll catch you later.